I got a couple of things that just come to mind right as we speak here. You mentioned kind of the MDR space. Since originally there was kind of your people like yourself in the MDR, then you had the EDR vendors that are out there increasing the end nodes part specifically. And then they also offer a managed service sometimes. So if I'm a client saying, well, I've already got one of these end nodes and they want to manage it, what would be different about an MDR versus going with a vendor in their managed offering?
Yeah, so it's a great question, and so I think the question a customer wants to look at when they're trying to select, am I going to do an EDR based or like a product based service, like a CrowdStrike Falcon Complete, something like this, or I want to go to an MDR that covers a little bit more technology, maybe their own stuff, or something like an Expel where you cover like a range of different types of technology. It doesn't have to be the vendor's technology. The thing that you want to ask is, so like, where do you see the most bang for your security buck, right? So if you've got heavy instrumentation off of your EDR, and that's the kind of the one signal that you're really, really worried about, then going with a vendor's solution could be a really good idea, because they'll know their technology really well and be able to respond to it. One of the things that we do find is that sometimes provides sort of a bit of a lacuna, a little bit of a blank space in response, because if I cover only the EDR, then that network signal that allows me to track in uninstrumented places. So for example, one of our customers has a server farm that they cannot instrument with an EDR. They just can't run EDRs on those servers. There's a series of performance reasons that they need to keep the servers light, fair enough. And so what they've done is they built a compensating security control. They've ringed that with a set of network technologies to sort of look for things like beaconing and inbounds and stuff like this. If you were to go with an EDR only solution, you basically can't monitor with that infrastructure. But if you go with either an MDR that covers both network and endpoint, or a vendor like Expel where we connect to all that technology, you're going to get that full picture. One of the things that we found is there are tons of investigations where we'll start with a signal from here, and we'll collect SIM information, we'll collect information out of the EDR, we'll collect some stuff from the network, and that'll build the full picture. And I think like that's a thing that we feel is really important, is to be able to have that full picture for response. And sometimes that can be lacking if you're only covering one technology. But again, there's a lot of business decision that goes on in that too, right? So maybe people do want to do that, so that's what you would weigh.
Now, I think one of your secret sauces, and correct me if I'm wrong, but is the ability to take those signals, because it's not just one signal, like you said, it's going to be multiple things before it's more and more confidence that this is actually something I need to react on. And that's a fine line between an art and a science at some point, right? And
yeah.